Plagg was confused. Tiki called an emergency meeting with him in the middle of the night. This usually meant something was wrong, but she insisted that everything was fine, only that it was urgent. Plagg flew over the sparkling city of Paris. He left his owner's house not too long ago and was thinking of why Tiki needed him in the middle of the night. He was tired and still wanted to be in bed. The only reason he had agreed to come was because Tiki told him there would be snacks, and Plagg never passed up free food. Plagg yawned and kept flying. He was almost to his destination when he stopped. He sniffed the air and his mouth watered. Buttered croissants. He could smell them, which meant he must be close. Plagg started to fly faster and faster, following the sweet, buttery aroma, until he ran into Tiki, literally. "Ow, Plagg!" Tiki wailed, rubbing her head. She glared at Plagg. "Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there, Sugar Cube." Plagg apologized, bowing his head slightly towards Tiki. "Thank you for your apology, Plagg, but stop calling me Sugar Cube." "Why, it makes perfect sense. You're sweet and small, just like a sugar cube." "Plagg, you can't call me small. We're the same height." "Oh, whatever. Why can't you just take a compliment?" Plagg grumbled. "Now, where are the croissants?" Tiki rolled her eyes. "Of course, follow me." Tiki floated down to a small balcony that belonged to her owner, Marinette Dupenchain. There was a small table with a plate of honey-buttered croissants. Tiki sat down on the table and gestured for Plagg to do the same. Plagg sat down, grabbed a croissant, and started munching on it. "So, what do you need to talk to me about at midnight?" Plagg questioned. "Well, you know how Cat Noir's in love with Ladybug?" Plagg rolled his eyes. "That question has the most obvious answer. Of course I know. My owner talks about Ladybug all the time. It's horrible. That lovey-dovey stuff makes me sick." Plagg made a gagging gesture towards Tiki. Now it was Tiki's turn to roll her eyes. Plagg was so dramatic. "Chill out, Plagg. So, yes, Cat Noir loves Ladybug, but Ladybug loves someone else. She told Cat Noir that, but what she didn't tell him was who she was in love with." Tiki hinted, trying to tell Plagg that she knew who Ladybug liked. He got the hint. Plagg's ears perked up. Now this was getting interesting. Tiki cleared her throat. She couldn't believe she was about to tell Plagg this, but she was tired of hearing Marinette whine about her crush, Adrien Agreste. Marinette was deeply in love with the famous model that attended her high school, but never knew how to confess her love to him. What Marinette also didn't know was that Adrien was in love with her too. Well, kind of. See, recently, during an Akuma attack, Plagg and Tiki had learned the true identities of Ladybug and Cat Noir. It had been driving Tiki crazy knowing that Adrien is Cat Noir, who is in love with Ladybug, who is Marinette, who is in love with Adrien. The circle just keeps going round and round, and finally, Tiki was so dizzy from watching this love circle spin, she needed to do something about it. "Plagg, the boy that Ladybug is in love with is Adrien," Tiki said. Plagg's eyes got wide, and he started to choke on his croissant. You're joking, right?" Plagg stuttered, but the serious look on Tiki's face told him this wasn't a joke. "But that means Ladybug is..." Plagg pointed to Marinette's window. "And Adrien is..." He pointed to himself. "But that means..." Plagg started waving his hands everywhere. "They have been in love with each other this whole time?" "Yes, and it's been driving me crazy that Adrien is Cat Noir. So Adrien is in love with Marinette, but she doesn't know it's Adrien," Tiki wailed. Yes, I totally understand," Plagg agreed. "When I found out that Ladybug was Marinette and that his lady has been right behind him this whole time..." Plagg rolled his eyes. "But Adrien is convinced Marinette is just a friend. Blah, humans are so annoyingly blind." Tiki smirked. "Plagg, you're getting awfully worked up about lovey-dovey stuff, eh? I thought you didn't care about stuff like that." I don't," Plagg stammered. "But, I just get tired of Adrien complaining about how he's going to be lonely forever because Ladybug is never going to love him, and blah, blah, blah. But then I learned that Ladybug does love him. Kind of. This is very confusing. But whatever. Adrien's going to flip when he hears this." Plagg finished his third croissant and was about to get another one when Tiki slapped his hand away. "Plagg, you cheese brain! You cannot tell Adrien." "Ow! Geez, why not? I thought that was the whole point of you telling me about..." Tiki cut Plagg off. "Hello? Do the words secret and identity mean anything to you?" Tiki yelled. Oh, right. Honestly, I don't care about the whole secret identity thingy. I think Ladybug and Cat Noir should know who each other are. I think it would be much easier. Tiki interrupted him again. I know, Plagg, I know. I agree, but it's the rules. Master Fu insists they keep their identities totally secret. He was the only one who was supposed to know. We only happened to find out because we were under some serious circumstances, Tiki explained, while Plagg mumbled something about stupid rules and teenage boys. Finally, Plagg asked, Then why did you drag me all the way here if there was nothing we can do? Tiki had to stop herself from rolling her eyes again. The answer was so obvious. She often wondered how Plagg could be an all-powerful Kwami, with his brain being the size of a pebble. Plagg, listen up and use that dinky brain of yours. I have a plan, Tiki said. First, my brain is not dinky, whatever that means. And second, what's this plan of yours? Plagg questioned, grabbing the last croissant. Well, it's simple. We are going to get Marinette and Adrien together without revealing their secret identities. And how are you going to do that? Well, I haven't figured it all out yet. I only know we have to make Adrien fall in love with Marinette and make Marinette more confident. Whoa. How come we aren't trying to get Ladybug to fall in love with Cat Noir? Plagg sniffed, trying to stick up for his owner. For many reasons. One, they can't talk that much about themselves because secret identities. And second, most of the time when they're superheroes, they are trying to save Paris. And last, we wouldn't be there to make sure things go to plan, because we would be powering magical jewelry. Oh, right. I guess that does make sense, Plagg agreed, though he still thought it was a little unfair. Tiki saw that Plagg looked a little disappointed and she felt guilty. Well, maybe we can do something with Adrien and Ladybug? Or maybe Cat Noir and Marinette? I don't know, but one of us has to be present to make sure everything goes to plan, Tiki explained. You keep saying make sure everything goes to plan, except what is the plan? Plagg asked. Well, like I said, we don't exactly have one yet, but we have at least 6 hours until sunrise to make a plan. So, are you in or not? Tiki held out her hand, and even though Plagg wasn't crazy for love drama, he knew that Marinette and Adrien were meant to be together. I'm in, Plagg announced, and shook Tiki's hand. Woohoo! Yes, I'm so happy you agreed. Let's get working on Operation Kwami, Tiki cheered while flying in excited circles. Operation Kwami? Plagg repeated. Yes, that is what I decided to call our plan to get Marinette and Adrien together. Speaking of plan, we need to make one. Plagg nodded his head in agreement, and they got to work. They talked and planned and argued until the sun started to peek out over the horizon. Tiki knew Marinette was going to be awake soon, and she guessed the same about Adrien. Thankfully, they had just finished putting the final touches on their plan for this week. Plagg said goodbye to Tiki before zooming away, back to his owner's house. As Tiki watched Plagg race off, she heard Marinette's alarm clock go off. Tiki flew through the bedroom window and laid down next to Marinette's head with perfect timing. Marinette Zupanchang opened her eyes to see her adorable little Kwami snoring peacefully. Marinette turned her alarm off and tried to rub the sleepiness out of her eyes. Acting as if she had been there all night, Tiki sat up and stretched out her arms. Good morning, Tiki, Marinette yawned. Then she got up to go get ready for school. As soon as Marinette was out of sight, Tiki whispered under her breath, Operation Kwami is a go.